Our first reading today from the Acts of the Apostles deals with an early controversy in the church. Recall that originally Christianity was a sect of Judaism. And there was the thought that before a Gentile, a non-Jew, could become a Christian, they would first have to adopt and follow Jewish laws, circumcision, dietary laws. But others says, no, that was not true. That Christian identity did not rely on first following Jewish tradition. And at the first reading day, St. Peter, the head of the apostles at the time, has to make that decision. So he listens to both sides of the issue, people on both sides. He prays over it. And through the Holy Spirit, he comes to discern that Christian identity relied on just baptism and belief in Jesus. In other words, Gentiles would not have to adapt Jewish practices. Of course, that opened the church and allowed the church to grow. We ourselves would not be Christian if that decision had not been made along the road at some point. I think one of the points that is made in this is that the church always needs to change and evolve to meet the needs of the world, the changing needs of the world. Pope Francis, for instance, calls us in many ways to examine our traditions and see, do they need to change, evolve in order to meet the church, the world of this century. Following the pandemic, there'll be a lot of changes made in the church, how we celebrate Mass, and maybe in other structures of the church as well. It's through the guidance of the Holy Spirit that Pope Francis particularly will listen to people and come to the conclusion of what changes have to be made. We need to be open to those. We need to pray for our Pope. We need to, again, realize that the church must constantly change and evolve to meet the needs of the world.